Welcome to The Explainer, Data Detectives. Today, we're tossing out the highlight reels and our own gut feelings. We are breaking down a historic match, Barcelona's title-clinching 2-0 victory over Real Madrid, using the pure, unfiltered lens of artificial intelligence and advanced metrics. And let me tell you, what the numbers reveal is a wildly different story than what we all saw with the naked eye. In fact, to kick things off, let's look at two absolute mind-bending statistical anomalies from this game. First up, picture this. How on earth does a team generate less than one expected goal all match, yet somehow completely dismantle their fiercest rivals, going up 2-0 in just 18 minutes? I mean, mathematically, that just shouldn't happen. And secondly, how did Real Madrid's glittering $100 million superstar midfield, guys we know and respect, how did they completely misfire and get entirely shut down by a bunch of Barcelona's teenage defensive prodigies? Well, the answers to these two puzzles hold the true secrets to this entire championship clash. So, let's get right into it. Part 1, the tactical breaking point. Look at the stark contrast here. Statistically speaking, this game should have been a total snooze fest, a 1-0 or even a 0-0 draw. Barcelona only squeezed out 0.99 expected goals from 10 shots, and Madrid managed just 0.79 from 8. But Barca absolutely defied those underlying metrics. They didn't rely on high-probability shots. Instead, they maximized the early chaos and converted low-probability chances using pure tactical superiority. And here's the secret sauce. Barcelona actually didn't need a high XG because they dominated a metric called expected threat, or XT. If you're not familiar, XT measures how much a player's actions, like passing or dribbling into dangerous areas, increase the chances of scoring. It's not just about that final shot. Guys like Pedri and Dani Olmo, they were absolute monsters in this metric. They bypassed Madrid's disjointed midfield like it wasn't even there, constantly pushing the ball into the final third and entirely shattering Madrid's defensive balance. This crazy 18-minute blitz really boiled down to 3 flawless steps. First, boom, they trigger an incredibly intense high press. Second, Olmo and Pedri totally overload the half spaces. And third, they execute 2 lethal transition attacks before the Madrid defense could even blink. I mean, think about Olmo's brilliant back heel to Ferran Torres for that clinical finish. That wasn't just a great play. That was calculated data analysis executed flawlessly on the pitch. All right, moving on to part 2, hidden heroes and the disappointment. Now, the AI data reveals a massive, unexpected mismatch right here. Let's talk about Barcelona's hidden defensive heroes, Pau Cubarsí and Eric Garcia. These two put on an absolute masterclass. We're talking near flawless passing accuracy from the back, and they completely neutralized Vinicius Jr. The algorithms handed them massive 8.5 match ratings. But on the flip side, Jude Bellingham, Madrid's superstar, had a remarkably frustrating night. The data shows highly erratic passing, getting caught offside, and ultimately taking a yellow card born out of pure frustration. Real quick, before we unveil the player our AI crowned as the undeniable MVP of this match, if you're enjoying this kind of deep, data-driven tactical breakdown, definitely hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and drop a like on this explainer. Oh, and jump into the comments right now and tell us which match or tactical puzzle should be analyzed next. We're always looking for our next investigation. Okay, let's get back to it. Part 3, the AI-chosen MVP. So who was the actual star of the night? Well, our algorithms don't just look at who scored. They evaluate full pitch impact. And the AI handed a stellar 9 out of 10 rating to Marcus Rashford. Now, yes, he opened the scoring with that stunning free kick in the 9th minute, but the numbers prove his real value actually came from an insane level of unseen tactical discipline. Just check out these impact metrics. His chart practically explodes when it comes to expected threat. But here's the wild part. He was also the primary high-intensity pressing trigger for the entire team. If you look at his grueling defensive actions tracking back against guys like Fran Garcia and Vinicius Jr., he honestly looked way more like a two-way dynamo than your traditional winger. And the match reports perfectly back up the AI here, noting a real hunger in his play. He wasn't just an attacker, he was a total tactical nuisance. His relentless work rate structurally broke Real Madrid's ability to build out from the back. The AI chose him as MVP, not just because he got on the score sheet, but because he single-handedly collapsed the opponent's most dangerous flank. Which brings us to part 4, the final whistle. Let's zoom out for a second, because this timeline is about so much more than just a couple of early goals. When the referee blew that whistle at 90 minutes, actual history was made. For the very first time in the incredibly storied history of El Clásico, Barcelona clinched the La Liga title directly by beating Real Madrid. Guaranteeing a 14-point lead made this not just a win, but the ultimate historic seal on their season. And you have to remember the deeply human context of this night, too. Barcelona's manager, Hansi Flick, tragically lost his father just hours before kickoff. The team wore black armbands, they held a minute of silence, and then they went out and played like that. Beyond all the algorithms, the tactics, and the XG, as Flick said himself, they played with the unbreakable bond of a family. And that kind of energy, you just can't capture that in a spreadsheet. So here's the massive thought I want to leave you with today. If AI and advanced metrics can prove that the real story of this game was so drastically different from the typical clash of superstars narrative we all bought into, what other huge footballing myths are out there just waiting to be busted by the data? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next explainer.